This year for my Imagine project, I made a 3D organic model in Blender, which is this dragon. Most of my time for the project was spent in the Sculpting tab, which is where I could model all of these spikes and scales and legs and the face, all those bits and pieces to make it a dragon. Now the sculpting is pretty self-explanatory, if not time-intensive. You have the row of tools along the left, and then when you do something on the dragon, for example, this is the draw tool, wherever I went here, it would pull up. And you may see that it does the exact same thing on both sides. That is because I have a mirror effect in so that my dragon will be symmetrical. Another large portion of my time was in the modeling tab, which was where I designed the wings and the fin and all the little bits of flap. Now on a dragon, I imagine these would be quite thin, almost like skin pulled across bones. So that's how I wanted to make these, and you couldn't quite pull that off in the sculpting. So I used these individual vertices, which are what make up the entire object, in order to craft these thin, smooth, almost plane-like pieces that make up these wings. So you see if I move one of these vertices, it will affect the rest of the plane of this wing. It will change the shape of it, much like would happen in the Sculpting tab, but here I'm actually controlling which vertices exactly move and how. The final step of my project was spent in the texture paint, which is where I gave it a nice bronze with green tint coloring. Texture paint is similar to sculpting in that you have brushes which you use to add the color on. So here, if I move the brush across the dragon, I would add some green to it. A line of green there. These steps, I was able to piece everything together. The wings and the back fin and such were made as separate pieces so that I wouldn't get them confused when I was working with the individual vertices with the main vertices of the dragon. So after piecing it all together, coloring it, and rendering it out, I had a gorgeous finished project of, put the lighting on correctly, my dragon.